Come on, people. Hello. What's up? Hey, everyone. Welcome to my Plus Size Grandma reality show podcast. It's yours truly, Miss Coco. Whew. I don't know what it is about today, but I'm hot. I'm hot in here. And I got to cook right now. So we're going to be cooking and chatting. Yes. All right, let me put this on here. Y'all go ahead and share out, please. Because we're talking about it. Painkillers. And I have to tell you my story on it. You know, I got to do it. I got to tell you about me. And I'm going to tell y'all some real stuff here. Some real stuff and just the truth. And I found that this topic is interesting because I was just fumbling through Netflix and look what popped up. This show on Netflix called Painkillers. Let me get this out to my other crew and then I'm going to start talking about it. So far, y'all, I'm having a happy Sunday and looking forward to being with y'all later on tonight doing UGA Gospel Storm. If y'all don't mind, come on back and listen. We're going in late tonight. We'll probably be on about 10 p.m. That's probably what time we're going to be on. Shout out to all the people who follow and try to intimidate me, and it's not working. Shout out to you. Oh, shout out to all you false prophets. You false prophets. Yes, talking to you too. Some of y'all I can keep in prayer, and some of y'all God just said, nope, don't even pray for them. They got reprobated minds. Don't deal with them. If I reject them, then what can you do with them? Not a thing. God, my Father, why would I keep on? I'm not going to try to override him. And try to tempt God into letting somebody back in his kingdom. The devil is a liar. So y'all come on through. You're going to hear my AC going. Because, like I said, it's hot. I'm hot. I'm black fat hot. I'm black fat hot, y'all. Oh, that stinks. So let's do a recap of yesterday. Well, I'm just moving this stuff around. So yesterday, we had spaghetti. And we had garlic toast. My son came in and cooked the garlic toast. I was so happy about that thing. Y'all, that garlic toast was so good. I ate two servings of it. I usually don't eat that much of it, but this time it was good. I ate 2 servings of it. Didn't, sometimes I overthink eating. And then I won't eat as much of it as I really like. And then sometimes it's just what it is. I ate and enjoyed it. So that's what happened. I ate and enjoyed it. Waiting on my pan to heat up. Alright, so let's go to Netflix. It's episodes on Netflix. And it's called Painkiller. Now, y'all, I'm sitting watching this and I'm thinking, because, here lately I've been dealing with a lot of false prophets. And that's why I talk about it a lot. Because I have been dealing with a lot. If y'all just really knew, then you would understand why the conversation always comes up. But I can tell you this. A majority of these false prophets are also addicts. They're also addicts of painkillers. Yes, they are. They love their painkillers. And that's why they have to fuss with somebody. That's why they got to find alternative jobs, like monitoring innocent people because of this stuff. But anyways, they ain't the only ones got problems. There's other people in this world got problems too with these addictions. And I used to be one of them. But when I seen this Painkiller on Netflix, oh my God, it talks about, oh my God, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But when I tell you, it goes from the beginning of how this mess started. And now I understand why it was a white racist woman. She said to the black Senate women, the dangerous thing in America is a fat black woman. Yup. I know why she said that now, because that woman that's on there playing she actually she put together a lot, and they're gonna tell you that on the first episode. I'm on the second episode, but she put together a lot about that industry, and just watching the first episode gives you so much insight as to how this thing became a drug and addicting. And I'm gonna tell you, it's true. Painkillers can be addicting. I was addicted to painkillers in 98 when I got hurt. I was working a job. I can't call the company name because we did a lawsuit and stuff, and so I'm not supposed to bash them, and they're not supposed to bash me. You know how that goes. But anyway, I worked for this company, and I got my whole arm hurt in my hand, and I didn't have use of my hand for a while on the left side. And what happened? I got a dead nerve in it. Okay. Got a dead nerve on my left side, and so that's why doing stuff sometimes is difficult. Anyways, the accident that happened was these metal machines, and my hand slammed into this metal machine, and boom, when my hand slammed into that machine, that pain went from the tip of my fingers on up to my shoulder. You hear me? And ever since then, every time I would try to pick up stuff, it would just drop it, every time. And so the doctor was basically, told me I need to do this and do that. And they called in a specialist to see about me from UNC Chapel Hill. And the specialist told me that chances are I would never be able to use this side of my hand again like I want to. Said I can move my fingers and stuff, but as far as like holding and grasping stuff, like it might get dropped at any moment. So don't trust this hand anymore. And so you know what it feels like if you got a nerve exposed when you have a toothache. You know what it feels like when you bump your funny bone, the pain. Well, I was in that deep kind of pain for months and years. I was in that kind of pain. And I'm talking about years. Ever since that incident happened. And my doctors put me on. Back then, they weren't regulating the pill stuff like they is now. But they put me on. Dang. I just noticed something on my arm. They put me on hydrocodone to start off. It was a high dosage, 750 on up. And then they had me on the oxycodone and Oxycontin, and I was taking all these pills alone. Listen, when that pill was no longer working, they started giving me the arthritis pills to go along with it. They say take this with it, like Mobit. I had the Mobit pill, and then they would give me a muscle relaxer to take with. So pretty much I was just high all the time because of these painkillers. What stopped the painkillers? And I'm talking about I would take these painkillers, brother, if I was going to drink that afternoon, because I used to be an alcoholic, a heavy drinker. So if I was going to drink that afternoon, what I would do was I would take these pills ahead of time so that I wouldn't get real sleepy, while I was drinking. But still, it was drinking and taking pills, right? And I still stayed in pain. When I first started taking those pills, they worked fine. Probably for about like the first 4 weeks, I was good to go. After my body started getting used to it, them pills, they just had me craving them, but they weren't doing nothing for me. They weren't stopping the pain. Now I was complaining more taking the pills than I was before I even started taking the pills. What finally stopped me from taking the pills, when it came down to the internet, I went to the library, because back then I didn't have no internet, no cell phone. And I went to the library and I Googled, can pills be making me sick? Can pain pills be making me hurt worse? That's what I Googled. Can I hurt worse taking pain pills? And it said, yeah. And I said, oh my God. I said, because I'm still in pain. I mean, every day was just painful. If it want my arm, it was my back. If it want my back, it was my hand. If it want my hand, it was my knees. So I've lived a life of pain. After I Googled that, I said I need to come off of these pain pills because all I'm doing is staying constipated. And now here I am already addicted to laxatives. Because I was addicted to laxatives too. At the same time that I'm going through this addiction with pills, I'm addicted to laxatives. But at that time, I didn't know my addiction to laxatives was... I didn't know it was an addiction at the time. I thought it was just me keeping good health up, but it wasn't. It was an addiction to laxatives. Lord, my poor little daddy aided and abetted in that, thinking he was helping me and just didn't realize that I was being an addict. I deceived him during that time. And I'm just not realizing that. Because he would go and he would be like, I'm going to get you some medicine for your stomach. And then when he come back with it, I take it. Because what happens is, and this is what made me think about it, was when the guy on this, he wrote out the prescription to this man, and he said the only side effect is constipation. That's what made me think about this story. I stayed constipated all the time, even with the laxatives. I was taking that medicine called Subutex by the bottles, addicted, just straight out addicted to it. I didn't like for my stomach to feel hard. And so I would take them laxatives, which I was on laxatives before I was on painkillers, okay? I had got addicted to laxatives when I was like 7 or 8 years old. That's all I knew was take a laxative. So I was already addicted to that. And so after I Googled that, and I realized that I was getting worse, I continued to still take them. Not because I felt like I should be taking those pills. I continued to take them because the addiction to them was so potent. Like, you can't deny it. Something makes you... It did have a certain edge to it, but it wasn't a helpful edge. And it was painful. That type of addiction, it was painful to me. I see people partying with it and stuff, but that was painful to me. So that lets me know when we see this many people, relying on it, they got some real deep, painful issues in their life. If they don't feel how painful that is. And the reason why I say it's a painful addiction because it affects your liver, your kidneys, it affects your brain function, it affects your major organs because it works around your central nervous system. So everything in you is affected by this pill. Whether you take one of them or you take 30, 60, 90, And back then, they weren't regulating how much the doctor was giving you. So if you went in and you said you was in pain, the doctor was like, okay, I got something for you. Y'all, you stop moving. I'm working with chicken now. I got something for you, and this is what... Man, do I want to... Oh, y'all, I'm debating if I want to cook this rice first, or... No, I'm going to go ahead and cook this chicken. But, yeah, no, I should cook the rice. I'm working with one big pan, and I'm doing a big family dish today. So I'm thinking I should go ahead and cook the rice first. Nah, let me go ahead and cook the chicken. I can cook 2 pots of rice. But anyway, it's like big chicken. Why they give me big chicken legs? People be just trying to get that chicken in the pots and that's it. And I gotta cook all of this because everybody gotta get some. Give me a sec, y'all. I'll get back to you in a minute. What I'm cooking today is gonna be mole. The Mexican mole. And I'm going to be making Mexican rice. Spanish rice. That's what it's called. Spanish rice. I really wanted refried beans to go with this dish. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen because it's late in the evening now and I don't feel like waiting on no beans to cook. Because this chicken I got is chicken legs and it ain't going to take it all day and all night. Ouch. ouch. Darn, ouch, that hurted. I set that glass down on my, I dropped it on my baby toe. Okay, so anyways, going back to the doctors and stuff. Now, I can't tell nobody else's story. I can only tell mine. And like I said, it was painful to me. It was really painful. The fact that I was taking pills because I was in pain. And now I was in more pain than ever because of these pills that I was taking. And like I said, in the 90s and early 2000s, these pills were not regulated. And even when they got regulated, you just had certain doctors that would be like, here, take this to help you. To this day, though, because this is what happened. I overdosed on them pills. I overdosed on them pills and I overdosed on crack cocaine. Okay? So don't think that I've always been I may have been in the eyesight of God, but don't think I've always put God first. Okay? Because I was in that world of darkness with so many that are there now. You know, I was in that world, so I know what it feels like. I overdosed on those pills, and I overdosed on crack cocaine because I was taking them together, and I was drinking. And so, to be honest, both of them were holding me back from the high I was trying to get, because the high I was trying to get, I couldn't reach it. So I had to keep doing it. I had to keep popping pills. I had to keep smoking the crack. And I would smoke and pop those pills till I was broke. And still didn't feel the high that I was looking for. Still didn't feel it. But that's who I was, though. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be high. And I couldn't get high. I did so much of it. So now it was taking bigger amounts for me to even feel it. And when I went to doing them bigger amounts, that was my downfall. That's when it caught up with me. And I'm talking about, this is like years later of just doing the same. I had the same habit, same routine. Wake up in the morning, smoke, drink, just the same habits. And I did that for years until one day I woke up and I had problems. And I couldn't tell what was going on with me. All I know is that my muscles were hurting really bad. And the more of the pill I took, the worse I felt. And my chest was hurting. I was in pain, in chest pain. And I couldn't breathe. My complexion got dark. I was overdosing and didn't even realize it. And all I did was the next day was, I didn't do any crack, but I took a pill to ease the pain from the migraines that I was having too. So you see, I was having a lot of pain, and I was trying to take pills for this, take pills for that, and just taking that one pill at that time, y'all, was, I said, I'm going to take a half of one. I took a half of one, and because it wasn't cut for being half, it overdosed me. And by the time I got to my doctor's office, they had to give me breathing treatments. They had to give me oxygen. They had to give me a shot to do something. I don't know what them shots do, but when you have a reaction, they give you that shot, and it helps to stop the reaction. And after they ran tests on me, my kidneys, I was in kidney failure. I was in kidney failure, and my heart was slowing down. It got really low. So now here I was in pain from kidney failure, from my kidneys failing. I'm in pain from that, and I'm being told, if your body don't start back fighting for itself, because there's nothing we can give you now, because you got all this stuff in your system. So we can't give you anything. Wait a minute, y'all. This done started. This TV done started. Hold up. I know y'all hear it, but Oh, I can't stand it when it does that. I had it on there, y'all, so whenever I get done talking to y'all, I can go right back to watching Painkillers, because stuff like that interests me, because I've always wanted to be a doctor. I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and so here I got both worlds at one time watching this on Netflix. Okay, so let me keep it going. After what do I need? I'm not going to use it. Okay, y'all, I'm cooking this moly chicken, but I'm not going to use any seasoning on it, because I'm going to put the moly sauce on it. And the moly sauce already has a lot of seasoning, so you don't need nothing. Just boil your chicken. If you want to boil it with an onion in there, you can. I don't have any onion today, so I will not be boiling it with that. Maybe a little onion powder. Other than that, when this chicken gets almost done, we're close to being done, that's when you want to add your moly sauce into the water. And it's going to become a thick paste. And you're going to have some good tasting chicken. And then you're going to add your rice and Spanish rice. And you got your meal right there. So that's what I'm working with for today. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just smashing that water bottle in y'all ear like y'all don't matter. Y'all matter. Okay, so just waiting on this to get hot so I can get up out of the way of it. I'm having chest pains today. I have been having chest pains for 3 days because I've been getting hit with them lasers and stuff. And when they do that, it make you feel like your chest muscle pull. But we ain't talking about that. We on this painkiller stuff. Okay. Alright. I don't know why it is so hot today, but it's real. Oh, dang! What am I stepping on? Oh, I just stepped on something, and it went, causing a pain in my foot. Still ain't getting no painkiller. Anyways, back to the painkiller story. My son just happened to be going by. Anyway, when that happened and my kidneys and stuff started shutting down, I was told I had a week. They need to see me back at the doctor's office in a week, and said if my body didn't start fighting for itself, I was going to have to go on dialysis. So doctor told me what to do to help myself. And believe it or not, this actually worked. He told me, he said, because your nutrients are low and stuff. Cause I'm going to tell you, you take them pain pills and plus you smoking other drugs and stuff, you can hang it up. You're malnutrition. Even if you fat, you're malnutrition. And so all the nutrients and stuff, a majority of the nutrients and stuff, my body wasn't receiving, and they were getting blocked out because of these pills, these pain pills and stuff. Like I told you, it was Oxycontin, what's the other one? Hydrocodone, Oxycontin. It was some more. It was a big blue one. I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, I was on 10s and all that stuff, y'all. And I was still getting up every day just living. It didn't really help none. After the first 3 to 6 weeks, it didn't help none. But I was already addicted by then because I was already an addict. I still wanted it to go along with. I didn't got used to taking it with my crack and beer and liquor, so I still wanted it. And so this is the doctor's recommendation. Go home, stay off the drugs. Don't take any more of the painkillers, because the painkillers is now shutting you down, shutting your organs down. And I was scared. I said, oh my God, but I'm craving it. I'm craving it bad too. He said, if you take another pill, it's going to kill you. I was like, dang, them strong words right there. So I didn't. I went home, and for a week I suffered with withdrawals. I was too scared to even do any crack cocaine. I just left it alone. And when I went back, because this is what he told me to do. When you go home, eat your fresh fruits and vegetables. and drink V8 Splash. We have got to get your nutrients and your vitamins up and stuff. So when I see people talking about V8 Splash ain't healthy for you because it's got that sugar in it. It may do have the sugar in it, but it also still got them fruits and vegetables in it for those who may be malnourished and stuff. And that's what nourished my health back, was V8 Splash. He told me to drink one of those a day. He told me to have 3 servings of it a day. And even though it did have the sugar in it, it was what my body called for at the time to stop my kidneys from failing. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that when you take these painkillers and stuff, they do eat up your nutrients. The nutrients never go where they're supposed to go. That's why you see like joint disfigurements, and you see people disfigured because those painkillers, they block it out from your system. They either store up in one area of your body, mainly on top of the liver and the kidneys, and become toxic waste, or either you're gonna crap it out, okay, in the commode. You're gonna do number 2. You're gonna have a lot of diarrhea and stuff. So, and every time that I took those pills and stuff, there was times when I was constipated bad, and other times when before I would even take a laxative, I was already having diarrhea, because I call it a nerve break. Right before you get ready to do drugs, and your stomach get real nervous, and you go ahead, you might mess on yourself, or you make it to the bathroom in time and mess like that. I got to that point. That's how bad I was on drugs. I got to that point where it was like that. So my body wasn't holding no nutrients. I did lose a lot of weight, but I still wasn't skinny, so nobody wasn't able to tell what I was doing. But the movie Painkillers, the Netflix series, it is pretty spot on so far, what I have seen. And it just reminded me so much of how I got hooked on it, was by a doctor saying, I guess either they knew or they didn't know that it was highly addictive. And I felt like I had a pretty good doctor, though. I felt like he did not know that it would have me like that. Because my doctor, he was straightforward. he wasn't one to beat around the bush, sugarcoat anything. And he told me, he said, "Oh, you're becoming addicted to this medicine. I gotta take you off." He immediately took me off. Back then we didn't have money hungry doctors either. Doctors these days, they know how much money they can get out of it. It's $1 billion industry. Some doctors only became millionaires because of these prescriptions they were writing. And that's why when you see people going up against these pharmaceuticals, that's why a lot of them don't live, that become whistleblowers. They go at them whistleblowers because they messing with their money. I was like, goodness gracious. It became an industry all by itself overnight. Like, who takes Tylenol and ibuprofen anymore when you can just go ahead and get this right here, and this here gonna fix you right on up. You won't have to take none of that. Now you're going to be able to get your rest at night. But they don't tell you that insomnia comes along with that too. Because once you done taken so much of it, there's no more rest for you. It's called restless. You don't get rest. You become restless now. Because your body is trying to crave that drug, and you're tired, you're exhausted. You look worse now than you did before. And that's how it is. Nope, not today, kitty. Dang. Kitty, go on now. Y'all, I had to go in because kitty done ran up on me. Uh-oh. Take me around kitty right now. No. Nope. Go back down there. No. Go back down there. Trying to be nice, baby. Let me be nice to you. Thank you, girl. Thank you. See, we can coexist. You stay down there, I stay here, and we're going to get along fine, okay? Stay there. Good girl. Good. See? Thank you, kitty. Stay there now. Cause if you don't, I got something that will make you. I'm wrong for that, ain't I? Nah, she a good girl. She lives. I just have to step back from her because I have, reactions and stuff. So, anyways, the pharmaceutical business is big. And when you think about this is what made many people drug lords. It has made them kingpins of the drug industry. And it's what many of them are relying on and falling back on to become billionaires and millionaires. And so back then, the doctors didn't realize how much money was in this and how much they were putting out into the public. And so they were just writing their butts off and didn't care. And then some of them, once they did find out that they were doing more harm than good, they still didn't care. They kept right on. A lot of them rich right now. And according to this, well, I'm going to let y'all watch that and find out. But even with all the money they got, it's like enough was never enough for them. And they were addicted to making that money while we were addicted to spending that money and trying to find that high we're looking for and trying to get rid of pain. It quickly turned from medical use to recreational use. It flipped over. And that's what we see nowadays is a lot of recreational use. All you got to do is get hurt, get injured, and that's the first thing they prescribe you. They pick and choose who they want to be addicted. I'm going to tell you that too. They pick and choose. They size you up. They look at you. They look at your vitals. They can tell who's going to continue using and who's not. So they already know who their cash cows are. Whether it be me, you, somebody in our family, they already know. The moment that you go to a doctor's office, can I say this? The moment you go to a doctor's office, it don't matter if you're rich or poor, you become part of the system. Mic toss. That's enough said. If I don't say nothing else, I've said enough. This is the moment where healthcare providers get to look. Now they get to see specifically who they're looking for. Because they already know who they're looking for. And now you've just made it possible by going to them and getting pain pills. Now they're going to always watch you. They're going to send people out to watch you. To watch how you act, how you behave, to see if you sell them, see if you really take them. They want to know who their true addicts are. They want to know who their true pain people are. So they got people on monitor. They monitor you. You think I'm monitored. You think I'm surveillance. You ought to see those of y'all that's getting those pain pills and don't even realize that you're working for that extra money or extra gift card, and they're watching you. They're watching you spend and how you spend so that they can make the next drug they make will be catered directly to you. And they'll know what to tell you to make you go ask your doctor, hey, can I try that? Can I try that? And they know how to get you hooked. They know those active ingredients that will get you hooked. And it's sad, but a lot of our black communities were targeted with that. We are all just one big experiment. I don't care how you look at it. Somebody is experimenting on us one way or the other. Whether we black, white, Hispanic, we are all experiments. But once you go into that system with the doctors, though, they have a little more to work with because now they know if you got heart disease. They know if you got... how do y'all actually think that they put this stuff together? They have to have human people to put it together. That's what these studies are for. They do these studies, and sometimes when you signing those papers at your doctor's office, you don't even realize that you're enrolling yourself in a study. Because it's hard to read the fine print when you're in pain, right? It's hard to read the fine print when you're in need. When you need a doctor to fill out a physical, or you need a slip or a note to go back to work, it's hard to read that fine print. And so you're just there to get it over with. And you don't even realize that they just said third party. No. No, hold up. They just said third party. Y'all, let me text my daughter. Yeah, you missed the part where it said, can we share your information with a third party? And when they share your information with the third party, that's when they learn about your routines and what you need, your pains, what ails you. That's how all this goes. And once they learn that, when they say from the makers of such and such a company, we cater to you, this drug will help you, and they start calling out the pain. They start speaking your language. When you tell the doctor where your pain is or how it feels, that's when they start speaking your language. This pill will help you with, okay, let's give a fake pill for example. Okay, say I'm the creator of a pill, but I done been watching society and I know what everybody needs, and so wait. Let me tell her. Y'all give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I'm making a new drug, and my target individuals for this drug is going to be for women that are age 45 and up. Okay, so this is in my target range. This is, and then I'm going to put on there that this is for the women who are premenopause. This is for the women who have PCOS to help bring out inflammation and stuff. And this is for your pain that you have during this time. So I'm targeting specifically black women 45 and up. And I want you to know that this pill is going to stop your hair from falling out. This pill is going to stop you from graying prematurely. So I'm making you a lot of promises that really I can't keep. And I'm saying this pill is going to stop you from having PCOS symptoms. You're not going to be able to drop 30 pounds, 15 pounds, and 10 pounds in 2 to 3 weeks, or in 1 week. You know, I'm going to make you a whole lot of promises that are really too good to be true. And ain't no way that can happen. That can happen unless there's some horrible side effects. So now that you got the pill, that's an all-in-one. It takes care of your pain. It takes care of your hot flashes because you're premenopause. It takes care of all that stuff. But this is the thing. The side effects is it's got an addicting ingredient in it, so not to be used longer than 6 weeks. Or there's a chance you could become addicted to it. Okay, let me show you. Do it how they do it. This pill is not to be used more than 6 weeks, but else there's a chance you can become addicted to it. And these substances are very highly addictive. Please consult your doctor if you find yourself craving more. They'll say it fast like that. Just like that. And you won't pick up what they are speaking fast. Like, why do they speed that part up? So you can miss what you really need to hear. They gotta say it, but you're gonna miss what you need to hear. And so now you got my pill. You done went to the doctor and told the doctor that you done seen this pill on TV, heard about it on the radio station, and because you just hearing about it everywhere, this must be a sign from God that you need to take this James X pill so that you can be healed now. So they don't tell you that you can exercise. They don't tell you to eat right. They just say, well, okay, let's throw exercise and eat right out the door. This is going to work quicker than that. They don't treat the root cause of what you're going through. This just covers it up, and that's what you want it to do. That's what we live in, a quick-paced world. We want it quick. We want it right now. We want it in a hurry. So that's what we do. We force them. In somewhat to say, we force pharmaceuticals to cater to our needs by continuing to complain. That's what we do. And when they give us what we want, the side effects of this drug is your hair will fall out. The side effects of this drug is you will gray prematurely. Side effect of this drug is you will have restless nights and diarrhea. Side effects of this drug is you will have suicidal thoughts when trying to get off of it. They don't talk about that though. When you're in pain, you don't think about that either. All you think about is, I want something to get me out of this pain. I know, because I was in pain last weekend. Y'all remember that week I came on Facebook and I was crying for 5 days? Because of that pain I was in. For 5 days I cried. And when I think about it, the 5 days I cried, I was like, I had to really guard my mind, because my mind was really like, girl, you need you a strong pain pill. And I was like, oh no, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm not going to the doctor, because I already knew what it was. And so I just kept taking Tylenol and ibuprofen. But I can tell you that I was hurting bad enough that I didn't want to even think about a Tylenol or ibuprofen. I wanted something stronger. And so I went to the hydrocodone. And that's probably the most hydrocodone that I have took in 10 years. That's how bad that pain was. Let me see here. Okay, so my chicken is cooking. Finally boiling now. Whew, y'all, it was hot outside. I was outside. I had to come back in. But that's how they get us. And we fall prey to it, not realizing that one pill today is going to mess up something else. A month from now, a year from now. And some of these drugs even cause cancer because it kills off the good cells. And, you know, that's kind of like chemo and radiation. You get stuck there and you're like, do I need to take it? I mean, my mom is in the hospital right now because she has uterine cancer. And she's scared to take that stuff. Hold up. Yeah, she's scared to take that stuff. And it's like I can't blame her. Because of so many side effects. And then you got to outweigh, you know, it's just a whole lot into it. You got to outweigh the benefits. Is it worth your life? I mean, and that's a hard choice to make. So anyways, here's my thought on Painkillers. Go watch the Netflix series. And I'm finna put it back on too. Because I'm on episode number 2. Now, I got all this just off of watching episode number 1. But go watch it and just think about it. How that affects your life and the people around your lives. And if you know somebody that is addicted to pills, how they have changed since then. Before, when they didn't have pain, you know, they were happy, able to get out and go do what they wanted to do. And see, that's another thing with me. That's part of the reason why I don't do a lot of stuff. Because of the pain. When I wasn't in pain before that accident in 2016, I was able to get up and go out and do stuff. But after that accident, it got where I couldn't do stuff like I wanted to anymore. Going as a radio announcer and stuff, I used to go to programs all the time. It got where it became difficult to walk, back hurting, and I didn't want to take those pills. So it got where I just stopped doing some of the things that I love. Trying to preserve my body, you know, and doing things that I felt like would help me with the pain. So pain will make you do some crazy things. It'll make you miss out on stuff. And these doctors sell you the promise that if you take this pain pill, you're going to get back to your regular life. And the devil is a lie, because you don't go back to your regular life. You go back to either addiction or you go back to, I'm still hurting. I'm still in pain. I remember when they wanted me to do the back surgery last year. I researched that stuff, y'all. I ain't lying. For the sciatica nerve trouble, I researched it. And everywhere I turned, people were worse than they was before they took the surgery. They were worse off now. Now they sure enough was on painkillers. Because now they had them rods and them making it hurt worse. I was like, nope, I'm good. And to this day, I'm thankful that I chose to do therapy versus taking the surgery. So the choice is it all belongs to all of us, what we choose to do with our bodies. And I just hope that you will be patient with your body and give your body time to catch up to what's going on with it. Because if we really do what's right by our body will begin to heal on its own. When I started eating fruits and vegetables, a lot of the pain started going away from me. Because those fruits and vegetables, they naturally are painkillers. They are natural painkillers. And because I do eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, that's why I stayed off in pain pills for this long. But see, lately I've been craving a lot of sweets, and I don't know what that's about. But I'm gonna have to try to beat this sweet tooth addiction, y'all. Pray for me. No, never mind. If the Lord lay on your heart to pray for me about that, pray for me. But don't pray on me. Good God Almighty. I done learned my lesson by asking people to pray for me, so I ain't even asking. Y'all know how good to fan with an envelope feel. I'm sitting here sweating. But I'm fanning with this envelope and it feels so good. But yeah, y'all go check it out. I'm finna get off of here. I will most definitely do a video of what the food looks like once it's done, okay? Matter of fact, I do need to. Well, when it get about done over there, I go do a little small video. Y'all be on the lookout for it on YouTube and TikTok. If y'all not following me on there yet, go follow me. It's at Miss Coco Bowden or either My Plus Size Grandma reality show on YouTube. Come on over and follow me and see what I'm up to. Because actually, to be honest, I put stuff over there on them sites that I don't even put on Facebook. I don't put a lot of stuff on Facebook like I used to. I deal with that site more now, TikTok and YouTube. When they said they took the money away from the reels, I was like, well, okay. I ain't finna pressure myself to put out stuff. So I'm more on them sides than anything. Chicken smell good and I feel sleepy. Chicken smell good and I feel sleepy. After I get off in here with y'all, I'm finna cut on this AC though. But y'all have a great Sunday. Love, peace, and happiness. From yours truly, Miss Coco Bunny.